The terrifying idea of a hidden biosphere. For centuries, we believed Earth hosted a single form of life. Carbon-based organisms built on DNA, proteins, and familiar cellular structures. But what if this assumption is wrong? A growing number of scientists think Earth may host a second biosphere. A hidden ecosystem built from unknown chemistry, living alongside us, yet invisible to our tools, undetectable by normal tests, and fundamentally incompatible with human biology. This is the Shadow Biosphere. Strange microbes have been found that use arsenic instead of phosphorus. Viruses that infect no known species. Nanobacteria so small they shouldn't be alive. And organisms surviving in conditions lethal to all other life. Some researchers believe we have not only missed this alternate life, we have seen it countless times, and dismissed it as contamination, error, or mineral growth. If a second lineage of life exists, it means Earth has been home. Not to one evolutionary experiment, but two, possibly more, and this raises the most disturbing question. If non-human life exists on Earth, what else has been living alongside us, without our knowledge? The origin of the Shadow Biosphere. To understand how a hidden biosphere could exist, we must go back to the beginning. The origin of life itself. Life emerged on Earth around 3.8 billion years ago. But scientists admit a complex puzzle. How did life appear so quickly? After the planet cooled, one explanation is that life didn't originate once, but many times. In parallel, each attempt formed its own chemistry, genetic code, and metabolism. Most lineages died out, unable to survive competition. But what if one lineage survived? By retreating into niches so extreme that it never had to compete at all, deep underground, in toxic lakes, inside rocks, in boiling vents, in environments hostile to modern life. This is where evidence for the Shadow Biosphere is found. Organisms so fundamentally different that standard biology fails to classify them. These survivors may be relics of an ancient biological world, long erased from the surface. Arsenic life, the bacteria that break biology. In 2010, NASA scientists discovered something extraordinary. In California's Mono Lake, a bacteria strain that appears to use arsenic instead of phosphorus. This was impossible. Phosphorus is one of life's essential building blocks. Without it, DNA cannot exist, yet this organism known as GFAJ1 appears to incorporate arsenic into its DNA-like structure. If true, this organism isn't a variation of Earth life. It's a member of a different biochemistry entirely. Though controversial, the findings sparked a new wave of research. How many organisms have we ignored, simply because we were not looking for them? Labs around the world identified strange microbes that thrive on toxic elements, use alternative metabolic pathways, and reject DNA as their primary genetic system. If even one of these organisms represents a separate origin of life, it confirms a shadow biosphere, one that evolved alongside us, but never with us. Nanobacteria, too small to be alive. In the 1990s, researchers discovered particles so tiny that they challenged the definition of life. These nanobacteria were smaller than any known cell, too small to contain DNA, yet they seemed to grow, reproduce, and form colonies. Some scientists dismissed them as mineral deposits. Others argued they represented a new form of biology. Then medical researchers found them inside human kidney stones, arterial plaque, and even on spacecraft surfaces. Were these contaminations, or signs that life exists at sizes our understanding cannot accommodate? If nanobacteria are alive, they are unlike any organism known, and could represent a sliver biosphere on the microscale, the life that breathes electricity. Deep in gold mines and volcanic fissures, live microbes that don't breathe oxygen, or carbon dioxide, or methane. They breathe electricity called electrogenic bacteria. These organisms transfer electrons directly to metals, creating natural electrical currents. Some can survive without sunlight for millions of years, feeding on radiation and chemical gradients deep underground. This is life completely independent of Earth's surface ecology. If a second biosphere exists, this is where it hides, in realms no animal or plant has ever touched. Viruses that infect no known life. There are viruses on Earth that infect nothing we recognize. They target no known bacteria, no known plants, no known animals. They replicate, mutate, and spread, yet their hosts are invisible. Are these relics of an extinct lineage? Or active participants in a biosphere we cannot detect? Worse, if the shadow biosphere exists, its viruses may vastly outnumber those of Earth life, an entire ecosystem, beyond our understanding. Extremophiles, life where it shouldn't survive. From acidic lakes, to deep ocean vents, to boiling springs. Extremophiles challenge every rule of biology, but some extremophiles go further. They defy every known limit. Organisms surviving 400 degrees Celsius heat, microbes enduring 7,000 times human radiation tolerance, creatures frozen solid for 30,000 years, life thriving in sulfuric acid, organisms living inside nuclear reactors. Are these simply extreme adaptations, or signs of a distinct biological lineage that evolved under different constraints? Some extremophiles share almost no genetic similarity with other organisms. This may be evidence of a parallel biosphere we have only glimpsed. Hidden ecosystems beneath our feet. Deep below Earth's crust lies a world larger than all surface ecosystems combined. This deep biosphere stretches miles underground and may contain more biomass than all plants and animals on Earth. But here's the mystery. Up to 70% of deep biosphere microbes cannot be classified. They don't fit any known tree of life. Their chemistry is unclear. Their genetics are unusual. Some researchers believe this is where the shadow biosphere thrives, hidden beneath our feet, in eternal darkness, life that lives without sunlight, photosynthesis, or surface nutrients. If so, our planet is home to a vast, alien-like ecology, coexisting with familiar life, but never interacting. What if we are not the dominant life form? If the shadow biosphere exists, it overturns more than biology. It changes our place in the world. We assume humans dominate Earth. But what if most life here is microbial, ancient, unrelated to us, and entirely indifferent to our existence? We could be living on a planet where humanity is just one branch on a much larger evolutionary tree, a tree whose other branches have survived mass extinctions, cataclysms, and cosmic impacts that nearly wiped out surface life. We may not be Earth's true inhabitants, just its temporary caretakers. Are we sharing Earth with an alien life form? If a second biosphere exists, life with different chemistry, different genetics, and different biology, then Earth is already a dual-life planet, and the implications are profound. Life may be common in the universe. Multiple origins of life can occur on one planet. Alien life might resemble extremophiles, not animals. Humans may not detect extraterrestrial organisms,